Hey everybody! Okay, so if you were able to hop on and watch Alyssa live, she rocks. Yeah, hold on, I want to see if anybody hops on. And then we will get when I first oh, I look like I'm like glowing. There's like a room behind me. Oh my word. Oh, there we go. Maybe. Yay. Okay. So, I am Aubrey Massey, and I have been a coach for just over, like, almost 8 months. And, I hear my kids out there. I left my 6-year-old, nope, not 6 yet, my 5-year-old daughter in charge. So we'll see how things go. Okay, I am so freaking excited to be here, to be talking to you guys, to be just here sharing my story with you. And hopefully, you know, this can be for somebody. Hopefully that, you know, somebody's heart is touched by this, or hopefully, you know, I sincerely believe in this business and this opportunity that we have. So let me just start from, I don't know, I guess like the beginning of my life, because I am in contrast to where Alyssa was, my background is fitness. So I was an athlete all through school. I actually turned down a scholarship to go play soccer at a school in Oregon. Oh, it's not working for you? Freak. Well, it's working on my... Let me see. Oh, it's working now. Okay. Maybe, do I need to move? Okay. I don't get the best internet in here, but I don't want to go out there because my kids. Okay, so we'll just try it. And let me know if it goes out again. Okay? Alright. So... Yay! Okay, so like I was saying, I actually turned down a scholarship to go play soccer at a school in Oregon because I wanted to go to Utah State. And Utah State it's like 90 miles away from like my hometown of Pocatello, Idaho. And so we got this thing called a radius scholarship. And if you were within 90 miles, you got in-state tuition, which is pretty cool. So... Oh my gosh, Alyssa, it either works or it doesn't. I'm really hoping this works. And if it doesn't, I'll just download it to my phone and then I'll upload it. So that'll work. Anyway, okay. So I wanted to go to Utah State, and so I went to Utah State and I freaking loved it. It was probably one of the best decisions for me to get away from my family and out on my own, right? Because that's how everybody is right from the beginning. But it was probably one of the worst decisions I ever made too, because I was away from my home and all that I knew growing up. So we're gonna fast forward like 2 years, and during that 2 years, I kind of just fell apart. I started drinking. I started doing, like, I was heading, like, I ended up in jail a couple times. Like, I was rock bottom. When you guys hear me talk about rock bottom, this is the time of my life that I'm talking about, okay? I had turned away from everything that I knew. I was literally rock bottom. And I came back from that, so I just wanted to put that out there so that I know, like, what people are going through when I don't know, during hard times, okay? And it's part of my story. So, where was I? Also, I have ADD, like, really bad. Okay. I sometimes hate going live. Oh, let's see, so I was rock bottom. I had met my husband at Utah State, and I hated him. Like, he was kind of a douche, and so we weren't really friends at all. And then I had moved back home and went to cosmetology school, and I was working, and then he and I actually reconnected on Facebook. And so we dated, we got married, and then we were married for a year, and we found out I was pregnant. And we were so excited, like, it was like, oh, okay, that's kind of fun. We weren't planning on it, but whatever. During that year, I had started running. For my wedding, I got in shape with P90X. Like, Tony Horton, I love him, but I hate him. Like, he is just really awesome. Oh, and why I was telling you this before. When I was rock bottom, one of the reasons how I got out of it is because I was able to start working out. I bought Turbo Jam, Shalene Johnson. I bought Turbo Jam, which is, I mean, like, she's like my spirit animal. I freaking love her. And so my heart is like so connected to Turbo Jam, to P90X. So we found out I was pregnant. I had a miscarriage, and we had just moved to Florida. And, like, away from everybody. We were living with his two best friends. And it was, during this time in our life, we were seriously, like, we had to lean on each other because we had no family. We were living with his two best friends. I freaking hated it. The job that we had moved out there for was a total bust. Like, everything kind of just was crashing down. So, this was about 6 years ago, and this was the first time that I was approached about coaching. And I think that, like, the coaching opportunity has only been around for like 7, maybe just had its 8th birthday, like, not very long. So it hadn't been around for very long. And we had just found out that I was pregnant with twins. And so we couldn't afford to sign up. It was literally like, I don't even remember how much it was to sign up back then, but we couldn't afford groceries, we couldn't afford anything. And so we just kind of said, okay, I'm not going to do it. I was pregnant with twins, and we just didn't feel like it was the right time. I wanted to so bad, and my husband, we just couldn't make it work. So, because it's an MLM, right? Because that's kind of scary. A risk is scary. But fast forward a year, I was getting back into shape with Insanity. Okay, all of these were DVDs except for Turbo Jam that I bought myself. The P90X and Insanity were ones that my dad bought from the infomercial, because that's what he would do late nights at the hospital when he was on call. He's a pediatrician. And he would just watch the infomercials, and he'd be like, oh, that looks good, a late night purchase. Okay, so those were ones I borrowed from him. But thinking back on it, those were some times that I really needed to get my life in check, figure out who I was, and exercising freaking helped me so much. So, let's see. Fast forward to about just 3 years ago, I hear him. I think he's gonna come in. And our middle child was born, Boone. And after, like, being pregnant with the twins, I was very safe. I refused, like, I was so scared that I was gonna lose another baby. And so, like, I didn't work out at all. I was really nervous, and so I didn't do anything. Hey, dude. Maxon is rude. Do you want to come sit with me while I talk? Oh. Can you say hi? No. So, when I was pregnant with him, it was a totally different story. Hey, you can't do that though, okay? I worked out. I like ran until I was 26 weeks. I like was watching what I ate, and I just was getting so discouraged. Hey, you need to be quiet, because I gained like 50 pounds with him, and I gained like 50 pounds with the twins, and so I was so discouraged. And
Mom, I need water.
Okay, go ask sis for a drink, Kate.
Someone go with me.
Yes, sis will go get you a drink, Kate.
Someone go with me.
Well, I think she's just out in the kitchen. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, will you shut the door?
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. And so all of that, like...
Will you put it on the old suitcase?
No, I don't think she is, honey. Oh my gosh, hold on, guys. Okay, sorry. So, I'm here. Gonna try and get through this. I was like, I cried every single day of that pregnancy. And the way that I was feeling still transferred after. And I read somewhere that you can develop your postpartum depression while you're still pregnant. And so I was dealing with that. And then I decided, like, I remember going to my dad, and this was when Boone was like 2 months old, and I was like, I just feel broken. I don't know who I am. I was crying every single day. Like, Eric would come home and I would literally be like locked in the closet, needing like some space away from the kids because you get touched out. And I think that I worried him a lot, and that scared me, because if he was scared enough to be scared, then that scared me. And so I went and I talked to my doctor, and I said, okay, like, I need help. And so we put me on some medication, which, by the way, I'm still on. I have been on it for almost 3 years, and it works for me. Because sometimes, you know, modern medicine is here for a reason, and sometimes that's what we need to be able to handle life, because life is hard. And, yeah, so anyway, I was approached about coaching again. I was like, no, I can't. I'm so fat. I just had a baby. I can't do this. And, okay, so I said no. And then I was like 7 months postpartum with Boone, still on my medication. If I forgot to take my medication, it was like heart ringing. I would get the world's worst headache. Like, okay, I'm back. Sorry, it paused. I'm on my phone, but I just went to LTE to use my data instead. Okay, so we started going to the gym, and I would go to group workout classes, group fitness classes, and Eric would lift, and that was kind of like our routine. We ended up moving to Utah. We were there for a little bit. We were there for 6 months, and we moved to Utah for my husband's job, and a job that he actually lost while we were there, and then he was offered a job here in Pocatello, and so he came back here. So we've been all over, but my family they had moved to Utah. Hey, Danae. And so when we moved back here, you know, things were kind of good. We were just like, whatever. And then we found out I was pregnant with Sumner, our baby. And I cried for days.
I need to go poop.
Oh, you do? Can you go by yourself?
No,
of course not. Not in the darkness. Okay. You guys, I love this kid. So, I found out I was pregnant with Sumner. I knew that this was going to be our last baby. I knew that I wanted to remember pregnancy and motherhood in a good light. I didn't want the same kind of pregnancy I had with Boone. I didn't want the same kind of pregnancy I had with the twins. I wanted an active, healthy pregnancy. And so I literally worked out like every day. And even up until I had him, like I was still working out. I was still going to group fitness classes. I was like hosting workouts at the Holtz Arena here that ISU, that the college uses for their football. Like I was doing all these things still. And when I had him, everything was great. I was like, oh, I'm going to pop back right into what I was doing before. My body's going to be, it's going to pop right back because that's what happens when you work out your whole pregnancy, right? Anyway, 4 months postpartum. So this was last November. He was born in August. So last November, December, I still weighed the exact same that I did as when I left the hospital. Basically, I had kept all my baby weight. I just lost the baby. I just had him, and that's all the weight I lost. So I decided, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I was working out, sometimes twice a day, trying to figure it out. And I knew that my nutrition was a huge deal. But it's hard when you have 4 kids, 5 and under. So my coach, she was just somebody random. I didn't know her. My husband actually went to high school with her back in Chicago. And she was like, hey, do you want in on this group? We're doing this group over the holidays. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so it was a Cour de Force because it had just come out. And I was like, heck yeah, that sounds fun. I was like, but do I have to get the Shakeology? And she's like, yeah, well, that's kind of, if you want any of the prizes, then yeah. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So I signed up, and I signed up as a coach just for the discount. And I was like, oh, maybe someday, I'll make I'll do something with this business, but I wasn't planning on doing anything with it right away. And I started drinking Shakeology, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so gross. But knowing what I know now, that's probably because it tastes healthy. We're so used to protein drinks and meal replacement drinks that have so much sugar and they say they're healthy, but they have so many chemicals and additives to make things taste better. And okay, let me go get some toilet paper. So they have so many things to make them taste better that when something is actually really healthy, we think, ugh, this tastes so gross. And we're not used to that. So I'm trying to find toilet paper for Boone. Sorry, guys. This is chaos. But this just goes to prove that you can totally work this business and be busy. You just fit it in the mom cracks. In the time when you would be mindlessly scrolling Facebook or Instagram, you can just be intentional about it. Okay, you good? Okay, go pee. I'll just come in here. Maybe in here. So, where was I? Oh, so I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is gross. I was like, I have to drink this. I just spent this much money on it. I have to drink it. I was like, well, I'll probably just cancel it when my month comes. So I drank it every single day. I did the workouts. And this was all during December. And I lost 10 pounds in that first month over the holidays. I didn't follow the meal plan. I ate healthier, but it's still over the holidays. If somebody passes me a chocolate covered pretzel, of course I'm going to eat 10 of them. But I lost 10 pounds. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is possible. And then at the beginning of the year, I started my own challenge group. And one of the things was you need to give something up for this challenge group. And I was giving up Diet Coke. And I couldn't even give up Diet Coke when I was pregnant with Sumner. I was probably addicted to it. And, But I knew that the Shakeology, you know, would help with my cravings, would help with my energy. And so as of like January, from January to the end of March, I didn't have any Diet Coke. And I attribute that all to Shakeology. I have lost, let's see, oh, this works. This is our guest bedroom. I have lost over 20 pounds, and I still have a little bit to go, but I am like, I feel strong, and I feel mentally like clear. I know the things that I want. I'm positive. Like, there was a time in my life where all the influences around me, all my friends, everything was negative and was bringing me down. In the challenge group that I was in December, I was surrounded by all these amazing women who were positive and who were saying, hey, let's help each other. Hey, don't do that because you don't want to give up on your goals. Like, we're supporting each other in our goals. We're supporting each other in all these things that we wanted. And it seriously opened my eyes to so much more. But here's where, now you know my story, here's where what I really wanted to talk about. As moms, it is so easy to get stuck in Mommyville. I love being a mom. It is like the thing that brings me the absolute most joy. But I had lost Aubrey. I had lost myself, and I was just a mom, which I was a mom. I wasn't Aubrey anymore. And this is what the coaching has given me. The coaching has allowed me to find myself, to find Aubrey again. It has allowed me to share this revelation with other people that you can take care of you. You can find time to do things that you need to do. You can run a successful business. You can be an amazing wife, and you can still be a mom. You can do all the things and still be a freaking awesome mom, okay? Just because one thing, it's not like an imbalance of things, right? So just because I'm like doing something more here, taking care of myself more here, doesn't mean that my kids are missing out. They're actually getting more here because I'm taking care of me and I'm happier and I am more comfortable in my body. So like, I'm gonna go swim with them. I'm gonna go play at the park with them. I'm gonna go do certain things with them. And that's what Beachbody has given me. Beachbody has given me, good job. Do you need to pull your, oh yeah. It's given me the opportunity, I gotta put his Captain underwear on. Captain America underwear. Good job, dude. Here.
Me. Come on, Gago.
Oh. It has given me, come here, the opportunity to be me again. And to figure out the balance between being already someone who's passionate about helping others, passionate about fitness, and being the Aubrey who is, an awesome mom and wife and friend and sister and all the things. So I don't even know if I got out what I wanted to say. I don't even know. I think I may have blacked out for a little bit because of all the craziness that was going on here. But, yeah, I feel like community is huge. My own support, for my own accountability. The Shakeology, it's so hard for me to freaking get all the things that I need, all the nutrients, all the vitamins in my food by just eating it. It's so hard for me to do that. I don't have the time, which may sound like an excuse, but I have 4 kids 5 and under, so I mean, where do you want me to take the time to meal plan all the time and to meal prep and to get, all these certain things and have a perfect diet? That's not something I can do right now, but Shakeology helps fill in the cracks where I may be missing my, certain nutrients, or I may be missing, you know, all these different things that I need. And yeah, I really, community, Shakeology, my own journey. You guys are awesome. I'm sure I'm just rambling on. I know I am, actually. But seriously, ask us any questions. If you have any questions, just like Alyssa said, we're open books. I mean, I told you guys probably some things that a lot of other people don't know, and I don't even know most of you. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to be on the Zoom with you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And, yeah, so if you think of questions throughout the day, just write them down, and we'll get them answered for you. Okay, bye.